Hey, what's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's Trippy here, coming at you with another Madden 19 video today, and I wanted to go ahead and go over these new 91 overall wildcard winners that are now in packs and or in sets. The first thing I wanted to go over was the set and an option on how to obtain these players in the playoff exchange set that I just went to. If you go to the first one that was just added, here it says add any 884 to 93 overall NFL players to earn your choice of a 91 overall NFL playoffs wildcard player. Now, the fact that it says wildcard player, I'm assuming now this could just be me, digging too deep. I'm assuming that they'll have more sets like this later on. Maybe they'll give us a 92 overall divisional round players, and then the NFC or the championship round players, and etc., etc. So of course you already know they're going to do like a Super Bowl thing like they did like last year and the year before that. But getting into what I think is the value of this, it's not really a good value whatsoever. These cards aren't really like of the best, and hence the reason they're 91 overalls. In 84 overalls typically go for about 22K. And then that's just on average. So say we go to a team that's in the playoffs, we'll say Patriots. It's about, their 85 overall is actually 22K. So it's not really the worst, but 84s are going for about 22. Let's go to the Colts, and they are 22. So if you do the math, 22 times 8, or 22K, I should say, times 8 equals 176,000 coins. 176,000 coins is not worth one of these 91 overall players. So I do not advise you to do this set unless you got them all for free. Maybe instead of doing this, which I highly suggest you should do instead of that. Honestly, yeah, kind of, sort of. No, I don't. I actually do advise you to do this if you're trying to turn those NAT players into coins. So they'll sell for about 150 at the minimum right now. And that's only because the price of 84s are at a decent rate, so they can't go but so low. But if you're not really interested in any one of these players and you're trying to go ahead and obtain the players in order to get you one of the boss players for the team that you're looking at, I suggest you do these. You get to choose a fantasy pack that lets you pick whichever team you want, and you're guaranteed an 87 to a 93 overall, anywhere between that. So that's my suggestion that you should do. I would stay far away from the 91 overall wildcard set. But let's go ahead and actually see whether or not these cards are worth it on the auction block. We're gonna go ahead and start off with we're gonna leave the best for last. If you know me, or you're familiar with this channel, you already know who I think the best is, and well, you'll see later on. If you're new to the channel, if you are new to the channel, welcome. How are you doing? What's going on? How you feeling? Let me know how you feeling down below. Oh God. So yeah, absolutely. What's wrong with me and my grammar? I absolutely advise you to stay far away from this set, as well. These could just be two back-to-back people who like pulled it, but these cards go for, or this card in particular goes for 128,000 coins at the moment. But this one goes for about 160, so I'm assuming that's probably where its regular price range will be. But you'll still take a dip plus or minus the tax as well. You're not making a profit. You're not, really doing anything. That's only if the card is actually auctionable. I could have misread it. But the first card on this list is 91 overall cornerback Kenny Moore of the Indianapolis Colts. He's really short, but he has 90 speed, 93 acceleration, 93 agility, 95 jumping, 83 play recognition, 88 man coverage, 91 zone coverage with an 83 press. You throw lockdown on this bad boy, he will have a 91 man coverage with a 94 zone coverage. So not the worst, and there are some pretty short corners that play pretty decent, like Darrell Green, things along those lines. But Darrell Green is like way faster than him, so it would be more beneficial to use a Darrell Green if you have the coins. But Kenny Moore is probably like a slower, off-brand version of that. And he did have a pretty decent stat line, recording 6 total tackles, a sack, and an interception in the victory. So if you're a Colts fan or you're running a Colts theme team, I do suggest that you could use this Kenny Moore. He really isn't really the worst card if you know how to use your team to not really get beat by the reigning losses and the Tyreek Hills of the world. Moving on to the next card, which is going to be one of my most hated teams in the NFL. It's going to be Malik Collins of the Dallas Cowboys. I can't lie, you guys handled your business against the Seahawks, man. You went out there and you basically dominated at the line of scrimmage for the most part, and you really forced Russell Wilson to do the things that he's accustomed to making those crazy throws, but something that really isn't going to win football games on a consistent basis. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into the actual card. Malik Collins is 6'2", has 74 speed, 82 acceleration, 87 strength, 87 tackle, 88 play rec, 86 block shed with an 87 power move with a 94 finesse move. Finesse move is really high for a defensive tackle unless you're along the ranks of John Randall, somewhere along those lines. They're really solid stats across the board. Nothing that's really too major. If you do put pass rush on him, he will have a 90 power move with a 97 finesse move. Block shedding is something that is left to be leaves something to be desired. But overall, not really that bad of a card. Moving on to the third winner for this week, it is, I keep forgetting, Lord Jesus. Oh, the Chargers. So looking at their player, which is, I'm going to skip to the next one if I can find it. And it is free safety Adrian Phillips. Peeping his stats, he did have, 5 total tackles, an interception, and a fumble recovery in the win. So not too bad, man. You definitely did deserve this card. Other than the other person that could have gotten something, which would have been Melvin Ingram, who hasn't had a card since his Team of the Week card way back when and balled out that game. But of course, he's higher than a 91, so we'll reserve any notions on that for a little bit later. Getting into what his stats look like. It's 5'11", which is the average height for cornerbacks, defensive backs, somewhere along those lines. 89 speed, 92 acceleration, 83 tackle, 89 play recognition, 82 pursuit, 85 man coverage, 91 zone coverage with a 76 hit power. Honestly, he's not starting on my team, especially not over Mr. Sean Taylor, who you can obtain for free if you do the Gauntlet solos, and is an absolute monster out there in run support, and if you want to use him in the middle as a linebacker. Just wanted to go ahead and show you his stats real quick and let you know better options out there. And the more I look at these cards, the more I tell you not to do it, because Dallas Goedert is currently going for 119,000 coins, and I expect this price to drop even lower. But since we're already over here, and I kind of spoiled it already, Dallas Goedert is the other wild card winner. And peeping his stats on the back, they don't even show all his catches. They just said he caught a 10-yard touchdown, which is crazy. But he did catch a 10-yard touchdown, and outside of that, he only had 2 more catches. So nothing too spectacular. Shout out to him. I do have his Zero Chill card, and I do really want to get this card just for, of course, the Eagles Kims, and it's a more upgraded version of Dallas Goedert, which is actually pretty dope. But he is 6'4", which is pretty decent height for a tight end. 85 speed, 78 strength, 91 catching, 90 catching traffic with a 90 spec catch. Those are pretty solid stats, really solid stats. Short route running, mid route running, nothing I'm too concerned about. And he does have a 90 or 70 run block. I want to go ahead and see what his run after the catch stats are, because he's really, really good in that regard. Apparently not good enough according to Madden, but he does have a 82 ball carrier vision with an 80 stiff arm, 68 spin move, 72 juke move, and impact blocking of a 78. So nothing too spectacular there. I kind of just want him just to actually get him. So it'll be it'll be kind of awesome, and it'll be kind of awesome to go ahead and get him just to put him on the squad and kind of upgrade his other card. But that'll just be my quick run through of these cards. My opinions stay far away from the set, and these cards aren't really the best of cards in order to obtain for your team, unless you're kind of starting off. But the earlier you get these cards, the better, so you can sell them off and get as much off of them as possible. But like I said, that'll conclude the video for that'll conclude this video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button too. Peace those mofos. It'll help the channel grow tremendously. Also, let me know what you think of the new 91 overall wildcard players that came out today. And if you think they're worth it, if you're going to pick one of them up, let me know down below. Stay tuned for more Madden 19 content such as this. And until next time, fellas, peace.